Can I get another? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about Gears, baby. Back into another rain check, man. And look, Gears Reloaded, or excuse me, Gears of War Reloaded, because we got to put the of War back in the title. It's back officially, so we keeping it back. But nonetheless, man, Gears of War back on deck, coming out the 26th. What's crazy about this as well, it is releasing with Helldivers on the exact same day. Helldivers is coming to Xbox, and Gears is going to PlayStation. What a freaking time to be alive. Look, I know the console traditionalists are still fuming out of their ears about this shit, but let me tell y'all, man, Gears coming to all platforms, Steam, everything, it's such a phenomenal thing. Now, let's be real. I do think that Helldivers is going to be the more played game in this scenario, right? The way that Helldivers is set up, it's more group focused. Again, what Helldivers was able to do be previously and get that social media attention, it's not necessarily something that Gears can do. Now, I do think that Gears of War is finally going to get some, let's just say, recognition from those who maybe looked over it, didn't play it, or just missed out on it overall, right? Now, there's a lot of people who are like, well, you know, if Gears doesn't sell better than Helldivers, then what does that really say? And it's like, look, guys, like, after you beat the story in Gears, there's nothing really else for you to do except beat the story again. And that's not what most people do. Now, if you do, hey, congratulations to you. You'll play on hardcore, then you'll play it again on Insane, and have fun, bro. ROM on at the end of the game on Insane is a pretty fantastic time. But nonetheless, after that, all you have left is the multiplayer, right? And I did play the Gears Reloaded betas. Those felt pretty damn good. I want to say it felt like there's enough improvement to Reloaded. I know a lot of people were upset, like, oh man, this is just them moving Ultimate Edition forward, and oh, this is such a lazy port, or why did they do this? They should have did the Marcus Phoenix trilogy. Why, God, why? Why, Microsoft? And look, I definitely understand people's perspectives. Look, it's one thing to remaster a game that came out 10 years ago versus something very similar or familiar that PlayStation has done with Last of Us and Horizon and some of the other titles as well, right? Hey, why don't y'all go back and redo Infamous? I ain't get a chance to play Infamous. How about you go back, remake those, put those on PC? I cop that. Do it as a dual pack. I got you. But having the Marcus Phoenix collection definitely would have been ideal, right? Again, Gears 2 is probably one of the most iconic Gears of War games to me, especially on the multiplayer standpoint. I think that game is probably the most complete game as well, unless you want to go to like a Gears 4 where Horde was more fleshed out, and that's where people really, I think, set their feet in the stone as far as the overall Gears experience, right? Now, again, it's not an war game, but again, just as far as being a complete game, giving you more than just single player, there's the story, the multiplayer, but you also have the Horde mode. Although, you know, Horde is something that Gears has made extremely popular, nonetheless. Gears and Helldivers releasing on the same day. I think it's a really magnificent time, man, because everybody who's played Helldivers already is gonna have the chance to play Gears. Everybody who's played Gears already, and I've heard that all throughout the Xbox community, at least the community that I'm part of on X, Twitter, YouTube, you know, the stuff that I follow or whatnot, who have made it clearly known that they are frustrated with Gears Reloaded releasing the way that it is. Oh, this game isn't for us. Why would they do this? And it's like, duh, it's not for y'all. Let them get the first game. Let them get a feel for what the true Gears experience is. And then maybe you flush it out from there. It's kind of how I see it with Halo as well, although Halo's kind of in a different spot right now. Right now, Halo is moving to the Unreal Engine, right? So with them doing the Halo CE remake, Halo 1, and redoing it in Unreal, and supposedly they're going to be adapting some things from the books as well into Halo 1, which means it's not going to just be a direct rip from the first game. You're going to have additional stuff in there. I do think that puts it in quite bit of a different place, personally, right? For me, back then, I was saying that I wish Gears of War was more places, right? I wanted more people to experience the multiplayer game in a third-person, cover-based shooter that I think does it better than any other third-person game that I had played outside of Last of Us, right? Now, and again, Last of Us, the first one, came out on PS3. That came out way after Gears was even a thing, right? And I know some people go to Uncharted. I know some people, like I go to Grawl, for an example. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter from back in the day, another good third-person shooter. GTA 5 was solid as a third-person shooter. Multiplayer to PvP and that was super lit, especially early on in the beginning. Had a dumb amount of fun on there. But I really want people to experience what made Gears truly special. Yes, that dark, gritty, that fear that set in with the Krill, especially when you're in the dark areas and everything. That experience of meeting Rom for the first time, meeting Delta Squad for the first time, and really getting to know these cast of characters and why people were so emotionally charged when you got to Gears 2, Gears 3. Gears 3 especially, because Gears 3 make it like, damn, bro, I went through this experience with these dudes and this is how things happen. Not in a bad way, but it just makes you like, damn, bro, that is a ride. So, nonetheless, I'm mostly excited because it is going to be back in my rotation as far as games, multiplayer games that I'm going to be playing. Can't guarantee that I'm going to be super hardcore about it because I've been watching people like Avexis and Iceman and people getting back into the scene. In them warming up and doing scrims and everything. And to be real, I don't know if I'm in a place to make Gears my main game again unless I find a squad that, we meshed well and we started competing and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm extremely excited about Gears coming out, man. Helldivers also releasing everywhere. Look, again, I mentioned it previously, Helldivers was a phenomenal game when it came out, right? When I played it on release. Put over 40 hours into it. That's probably nothing compared to some other people who have who really hammered on that game. But they've expanded it out. They've made it extremely enjoyable for people. The only way that I'll come back to Helldivers at this point is if they release a Spartan or something, some Spartan armor or something. And apparently, from the creators themselves, they say that that's kind of a little too far outside of what they're trying to deliver the Helldivers. Where ODST does make sense, and we've already got teasers for that. So it's exciting, man. It's exciting times. Can't wait to jump into Gears Reloaded coming up. That's about a week away or so. We're also tailoring off of the Battlefield 6 beta. The servers are officially shut down now, bro. Again, game is in a phenomenal place. Can't wait to get into more. Ninja Gaiden's around the corner as well. Ninja Gaiden 4, fucking, oh my god, cannot wait for that one. But look, if you're continuing to like these rain checks, want to continue to get that gaming content, just chop it up with Steel, follow me, man. You liking the energy, you appreciate it. Hit that follow button if you can. If not, follow me everywhere else. Steel Rain, that T is a 7. Type it in Google if you're confused. Other than that, X, otherwise known as Twitter, is the main place that I do frequent. And with that, much love. Peace.